So, guys, that takes me to the fourth thing that I wish I had learned in my 20s and 30s, and that's this.
Yep.
Me personally, maybe not you, but me. Credit cards. Credit cards, for me, they weren't hurting me when I was just swiping them. No big deal, right? But it's the temptation to use the credit card when I didn't really have the money. That's what always got me, right? Oh, I need something for my rental house. I need something. I don't have $20. Let me go ahead and swipe a card. Next thing you know, the balance was $100. Now it's $500. Then the balance went to $2,000 and $3,000. And the balance just kept going up because I wasn't really thinking about, okay, let me slow down this use of credit cards. I wasn't very good with them. And I haven't used a credit card in about 15 years. But when I was in my 20s and 30s, I used them a little bit and I had to step back because I had to kind of learn that the debt that I was putting on the credit cards is just really delayed consequences. There's consequences. Everything you swipe and spend money on with your credit card, you got to pay for. You just delaying it. You kicking the can down the road. So for me, credit cards weren't good.
He brings up a very good point. Credit cards. My issue with credit cards is how damaging they can be. You require a different level of discipline to have a credit card and use it effectively. I, for one, don't have that discipline. Well, let me put it like this. I fell into that same trap that he was mentioning. So when I was in school, I got my first credit card and I used it to buy my supercomputer, the one that's actually sitting right here, old as heck. And I had it for 10 years. I bought that and I'm like, all right, once I get my refund check, I'm going to pay it off, this, that, and the third. But then the same thing that he was mentioning happened to me. Eventually, there was points where I didn't have money, so I would swipe the card, be like, all right, I'll pay it back, and then I don't. So then I didn't pay it back. Interest would cause my monthly to go up, and I got caught in a situation where my card was always maxed out. And essentially, it becomes to a point where now I'm paying money that I'm not even going to get back at all. I'm just giving money away at this point. A lot of people fall into this trap and it's very hard to get out of. You either need a lump sum of money in order to do so, or you better hope that you have enough in your financial situation to be able to not use that credit card, use only cash, and pay that sucker down quickly before you keep spending more money on it. Okay, so with that being said, when did you first get your credit card, or do you have a credit card?
Bro, I had credit cards that were in my name that I didn't create. Like my dad started my credit journey for me, and he was working on it. Now he gave me one. Like I was never in touch with my credit until I decided to move out. But as far as like paying it and seeing the limits and the details, no details, bro, just a card. And they had one in my name and then he gave me other ones under his name, but he created for me to use. I don't recall the conversation, whether or not he told me like how to use them, what they're for, how much is on there, what's the purpose. As far as I can remember, it was more like it might have been more like a hold these, because I don't remember getting direction. Yeah, I don't remember getting direction on when to use them. But when I needed to use it, I recall like using it for gas when I didn't have any cash, and I'd ask him, I'd call him and be like, can I use the card for gas? He'd be like, yeah, go ahead. And it was like, that was kind of my practice or relationship with credit for the most part. And then that was it. You know what I'm saying? But now, like before I even move on to now, the man's statement, I forgot what his name is, but he made a statement about how it was so tempting to pay for things that you don't have the money for at the moment. Bro, it wasn't tempting for me. Like when I was using the card, it wasn't tempting. It was your first line. It was the first line of thought. It was the purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like Bro, of course I'm gonna use the card. I have no money right now. That's the point.
Money. This is what it's here for.
Yeah. So hearing that, it's like, yeah, that was completely backwards. Now that I'm looking back at it, but it's like, I didn't spend enough to put myself in a tremendous debt. But now that I'm on the other side and I can see my credit score and all this stuff, I see exactly where there's an issue, which there was an issue. And one of the cards was being used for like my school debts, my school loans. Yeah, so it wasn't being fully paid off, and now it's like I got a balance on top of my student loans on that credit card. Like, it's not that much though. Like, compared to what people was telling me, it's not that much. Like four bands, almost 5 bands.
Oh yeah. No, you should.
Well, yeah. So I didn't know anything about credit, bro, and up until now, I don't use any credit cards. I just have loans that I'm paying back and bills that's contributing to my credit score. So, but that's all my history with credit, bro.
Yeah, man. It's Oh, that actually answers the rest of that question. I forgot I didn't say the whole thing.
What's that?
What
was the rest?
Yeah. The rest was, what did you think it was for versus what it actually became?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely thought it was for when you don't have bread. Like
that bad boy.
Emergency fund, bro.
Oh,
yeah. Now I think credit's more for like when you have money and you don't want to use it. It's a safety net. That's when it's a safety net. You could invest with that credit card. I don't know, do other payments with a credit card, but it's as long as you have the money already. I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The ideal thing to do is use it solely for the credit, and depending on which credit line that you go with, you can get perks. Like, I know people use American Express a lot to get flights and like hotel stays and stuff like that if they continue to use the card. So the idea is, if you're spending stuff, make sure that it's something that you already have the money for, that you could just make the payment on once you use the card. The problem that I see with that, for me personally, is the consistency of having to do that. I'd rather, if I could, put a bill on my card and then not use the card for anything else. So then the bill comes out from my card, and then I set an automatic payment to theoretically pay off the bill, and then done with that. I'm not sure if there's a lot of bills that will allow you to use a credit card to pay it off with, but outside of that, like if it's like just regularly buying stuff, maybe I could do it with gas. But if the second I start using it for stuff outside of that, bro, it's over with.
No, for real.
It's over with. So now I'm at this point where I'm like, okay, once we pay these cards off, we're getting rid of all of them. All these cards are done for, and we're gonna use cash and just figure it out from there. I don't see a need for a credit at this point. We already bought everything that we need. I mean, even though I haven't used my credit, actually no, I have used my credit card. Our line of credit is still pretty good, still like in the 700s. So it is nothing that we need immediately to where if they got to check our credit score, to be like, oh, your credit score is not high enough. They can't say that because we got good credit already. But yeah, that's kind of the ideal situation when it comes to credit card, and to not allow it to get out of hand. But it's always that tough part of not allowing it to get out of hand.
Yeah.
Credit card interests are averaging 22.3% right now, almost a record high. You aware of that?
Bruh. Car note. 22%. Bro, they was hitting me with 20 APRs at 22, 23% alone. Yeah, payment. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
We eventually ended up getting one for 13.
That's a big jump.
Yeah, my dad. That's one thing about
They
Bro,
will bargain out of anything.
facts. He did that. You know what I'm saying? But when I heard 22, bro, I was like, yo, this is what we've come to.
This is what we come to, man. And what's crazy is, it wasn't until I was trying to get the house, and then they're trying to get our debt to income ratio, so they needed our statements from, our credit cards and stuff like that. And then I was looking, and I saw like one of mine was like, I think it was like 25%. And I'm like, wait, what? Excuse me, what? This is what I'm paying. This is what I'm paying on interest, 25%. And then I'm looking at it, and 22 is about the average. I looked at another card, and I was like, yep, 20%. And I'm like,
that's wild,
bro, what?
That's wild, bro.
So it's like, nah, we gotta get rid of these ASAP.
Yeah,
because looking at it, I'm at 100% just off of interest.
Bro, facts. 4 credit cards. 100% interest, bro.
100% interest.
Quick math.
What? Bro, it's crazy out here. Credit cards are not the problems that we need.
Yeah, bro, it's not worth it right now, bro.
In the culture, credit is almost seen as a badge. Your credit score is your status. How do you think that framing affects how young black people use credit?
Well, if they're aware of it, black people that are aware of that, bro, they do some research and treat credit in the ways that it's proven or told that is beneficial to use. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? Whether that means putting your credit card on a payment plan of a bill that allows you to use it while you know you're getting the monthly income. That's the goal, to build your credit.
Right.
And then once you get to a strong number, it's like the opportunities start to open up. And if they could get that far, they, indulge or practice the opportunities, if that's, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if I'm saying that correctly, that's what I've seen, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not aware that that's the case, you're going to run your credit to the ground, and then you will never be able to get a loan or do any sort of type of renting. You just got cash. Yes, you're going to be depending on cash to do stuff.
Yeah. It's not the worst thing.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing.
Dave Ramsey would tell you do that 1,000%.
Yeah. Shoot, I would tell myself to do that now when it comes to getting a car. Like, bro.
Oh, man.
Payments is not it.
Yeah, it's not. You know what's crazy? What was it? When I was getting my first car, I used my credit card to put a down payment.
How was that?
I mean, it was all right. And I recently paid off the car, I'm sure. Yeah, I recently paid it off within the last 5 years or so. But yeah, it was definitely tough trying to recover from that, because having to pay the car note and then trying to pay that off, it wasn't the first thing on my mind. And then I let it linger too long, and then it was like, all right, interest is starting to get a little crazy now.
Did you get ahead of it, or did collections take that?
Nah, yeah, I got ahead of it. What's interesting was that my mom, I had a conversation with my mom when I was getting the car, and I was telling her that I was going to get a new car. She was like, oh, why don't you get a used car? And it's interesting because I already had a bad experience with a used car. Now, granted, the car that I was driving was my older sister's Pontiac, which they don't even make Pontiacs anymore. And that Pontiac was about maybe already 10 years old, something like that. Because I feel like we didn't drive it from Jersey. But yeah, it was pretty old, and eventually it broke down on me out of nowhere my second to last year, I want to say. And then we had to get rid of it. So the whole idea of getting a used car, I'm like, yeah, nah, bro, I ain't trying to get them problems. I need a new car that's going to sustain me and all that stuff, which it did. And I enjoyed that car a lot, a whole lot. But there was definitely some truth to what my mom said, because that actually played a factor in my debt to income ratio when it came to getting approved for a loan, to where I ended up selling it just so that I could bring that debt to income ratio down. And it's like, dang, I guess in this aspect, my mother was right.
Yeah.
She was right. Going back to getting the advice from the, from the older people.
He was standing on that Oroco tree.
Yeah. Yo.
Facts.
So it's like, I mean, with the credit card thing, yeah, it's a tough problem. It can become a problem if you're not on top of it. I normally wouldn't recommend anybody to get it unless they already have themselves, together. And even then, I guess it really just to be on how disciplined can you be. My discipline sucks when it comes to stuff like that. So I'd rather just not have it. But I can't say the same for somebody else. Somebody else may be able to manage it a lot better than I could. Does do better. So when it comes to credit cards and we're talking about debt, has debt ever made you feel trapped, as though like you're working for the creditor instead of yourself?
Bro, yeah. And I said that same exact statement when I had that feeling. I was like, bro, I'm working for the debt collectors, the loaners. I'm working for the people giving me, like, I put myself. It was a point in time where I had to get a personal loan just to pay my car note, brother, for a month or whatever. No, 3 months, because I was behind. And I was like, after some time paying it back, I'm like, yo, I'm literally working to pay creditors. And then it came to my attention that, like, you work to pay your debtors, like, or your debtors work to pay you if you're the one giving loans. Like, it's not even just on a corporate standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who you owe, essentially you work for them, because you got to pay them back up until you pay them off. So I did feel like that, bro.
And it's interesting when we come to the idea of paying off debt and owing somebody, we can relate to a specific verse, section, scripture in Proverbs. Like we said, proverb a day, keep debt folly away. You learn at some point and all that good jazz. But so this one is actually Proverbs. Let me go ahead and pull this up. So we have Proverbs verses 1-5. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, have given your pledge for a stranger, if you are snared in the words of your mouth, caught up in words of your youth, then do this, my son, to save yourself, for you have come into the hand of your neighbor. Go hasten and plead urgently with your neighbor. Give your eyes no sleep and your eyelids no slumber. Save yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the hand of the fowler. Now, I wonder, let's see this in NIV. Complete Jewish Bible? Okay, let's try that. My son, if you have put up security for your friend, you have committed yourself on behalf of another. You have been snared by the words of your youth, called by the words of your own mouth. Do this, my son, extricate yourself. Since you put yourself in your friend's power, go humble yourself and pester your friend. Interesting. Yes. So the way that I had seen this verse, this section, I thought about it in a financial state where you essentially have given pledge with somebody, made some type of contract with them, thus with your debtors, and now you gotta pay them back. So my whole idea with this verse was that pay off whatever debts that you owe. Do what you can so that they no longer have power over you. And especially to me, when you have credit cards, your credit card owners, they have power over you. You're the one that's giving up your money, your time, and everything that you worked for. A portion of it is going to them, and all they doing is just chilling, type thing. So that's kind of how I kind of related the verse. Now that I'm reading it now, I'm not sure if that was 100% what it was. I'm not sure what type of pledge you would make with your neighbor, but I think it's a sense of, if somebody has power over you, do what you can to get that power back.
I think what it was saying, right, when it says pledge, in that sense, it's like giving your word. What I'm interpreting is that you essentially like needed your friends or your neighbor's help, and you came to senses with it, or you came to terms with it, and asked for the help, and now you given the word that, okay, in order to get this help, obviously you got to let them know I'm willing to pay back when I can. This, that, and the third. I just need this right now. Yeah. That's you giving pledge. Like, you're giving your word to your lender that you're gonna pay them back. Of that immediately puts you that immediately puts you in the power of your neighbor's hand, like it said.
Right.
Because if you were to go about it and say, look, I don't have anything, I won't be able to pay you back, I'm asking for courtesy, that's a completely different lane now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they try to come back asking you for payback when they agreed with the terms that you spoke and that you weren't going to have it back, then, you know what I'm saying, you're kind of protected under that. You're not under the power of your neighbor per se. But if you gave the pledge that I'm going to pay back my debt, because 9 times out of 10, your chances are going to be higher of getting that help when you promise you can pay back, then you have to sit there and pay back. And basically it's telling you to be humble and understand the hierarchy that you set yourself in at this point.
Yep.
And now you got to do that too. You got to work for your neighbor. You got to, what was the term it used for, like, quarrel somewhere? Be annoying, like nag.
Pester.
To pester your neighbor. That to me says when I get like $50 from a friend out of the group, and I'm like, I'm gonna pay you back this Friday. It's 7 days away. It's up to me. It's my job to make sure I'm keeping up with that person that gave me the money, to be like, hey, I still remember. I'm gonna get you your money this Friday. Just a heads up. Instead of, or even if it reaches Friday and you don't have it, you gotta be out like look, you have to reach out to your friend and say, look, I don't have it. Communicate.
Yeah.
But I didn't forget. I'm doing this, that, and the third to make sure it gets done. Yep. Instead of waiting and not saying anything, and then the lender has to be chasing after you for some bread, which is not a comfortable position for anyone.
Not a comfortable position.
So I don't recall this part, but in Proverbs ever before. But that's a small detail that speaks volumes to me, bro.
Yeah, same. I wasn't that part I've missed in the past.
Yeah, because it's telling you how to approach the situation. People don't like when they have to come after you for some money.
Just let them know. Be upfront.
Yeah.
Just always keep them in the loop of what's going on.
Exactly, pester them. So when it comes to like tax or credit cards and stuff like that, not tax. Credit cards and companies, it's the same concept, but the difference here is companies, like modern companies, found a way to profit on top of that more than ever before. Like, they're leveraging tax and APR, the rate and stuff like that, to make more off what they lend to you, which makes it a little bit slightly different from the neighbor to neighbor example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the core, it's still the same, where you have to work for the lender to pay it off, and then you finish paying it off when you do.
Go ahead. So I got 2 questions. I want to close this out. We're definitely not done, y'all. There's still several other videos that we gotta watch and we gotta talk about, but we're just gonna cut it for right now. I actually got 2 more questions that I want to ask. So the first one, if you can go back 3 years and change one financial decision, what would it be?
Three years. I was what, 21. I wouldn't have tried to get that car, bruh. Now we got into I had gotten into an accident and we got a settlement back for that accident, but we weren't able to use those funds to get that new car. So I was like a month without a vehicle, bro. This is about 2 years from now. Instead of putting down as much money as we could to lower rates and lower the payments, we tried to put as little as possible down.
A little into the car.
Yeah, and I didn't fully understand that approach, but it did sound good.
Yeah.
To like be. It sounded like a smarter decision to not put like a lot of money on the down payment up front. To this day, I don't know if that's the smart way to go about getting cars or not. But what I do know is the effect. Like regardless if it was a smart decision at the time, it still didn't lower my APR for who I was and where my credit was enough for me to have a payment that was affordable for my plans. So it didn't get in the way of my personal plans of trying to save up to move out and venture and learn things and stuff like that. But it eventually became a lesson that taught me the significance of what you do in those decisions to create payments for your future and how that looks, how it affects you. So that's why it's like one of those things that I would go back and change. Like either put more on the down payment, suck it up,
Yeah.
or like downgrade the car. And I like that car, bro. I'm not gonna cap.
Look, man, something about them Hondas, bro.
Yeah.
Something about them Hondas. Ugh.
They just know how to do it, bro. Just do it right.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah, that would have been one financial decision.
What is a money belief you were raised? What is a money belief that you were raised with that you now realize was wrong? So one thing that somebody told me within the past like 7 years, they had said that you'll never not have debt. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I met some people that didn't have any debt. Oh, okay, that's all BS. All right, cool, gotcha. I can get to that point. It is reachable. Dave Ramsey isn't just a grifter. He actually can get people to, or his theories and advice does assist with getting people to financial freedom. All right, cool.
Okay.
Strive for that.
Yo, that's a good one. Bro, have I been told anything?
I guess the other problem is, what have you been told in regards to money?
Facts, bro.
That's the big issue, because like you're saying, it seems like you didn't have much information, have much experience when it comes to dealing with money and managing money and stuff like that. But then it's like, who like, how much do you even know? Because even me at your age, I knew very little.
Okay. So I'm not tripping for having a brain fart right now, because it's like,
you're not.
Yeah, maybe it's like nobody really told me much about money other than saving is good.
Yeah.
Like the most simple things make you work for money. But anything else is more of something I'm watching from my own eyes and I'm still kind of experiencing, which is I'm 2 years old at experiencing independently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not even literate to that extent with finances or the conversation surrounding it. So to even answer like, oh, something somebody told me, like no one's ever told me before, you never run out of debt. Like that sounds like a Gumwin conversation. Like if they didn't talk to me about that. If they said it, they probably said it, but not to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Oh man,
bruh, I have nothing to go off of.
that's kind of a good problem to have. Oh, I mean,
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's definitely the knowledge that you could have early on, but at the same time, if they ain't telling you nothing that's incorrect, then that's also good.
Right. It was like,
Oh man, that's crazy. But that's what's up, man. Great conversations, great long conversations. Glad to have you back again, and I will be looking forward to finishing this video up and talking about more topics. Until next time, everybody, y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Peace.
peace.